Hello, hello, hello. What's good, everybody? It is not Tuesday, but indeed Monday night, and we got a new one we're starting. We're going to be getting it going with the Umbrella Academy. And the man coming down the rabbit hole with me tonight is the one, the only, a number realist. What's good with you tonight, brother?
Man,
Oh,
back
shit.
at it again. Back at it again with a brand new season of the Umbrella Academy. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Off the rip, giving me a Legion like opening.
Oh, yeah, Legion's a good comparison. Yeah, it is wild. We were just talking about it. They broke out with that Footloose scene. Usually I'm not up for the dance numbers in my series that I'm watching, but I was all in for this one. Absolutely amazing. I mean, that was phenomenal. We're going to get into it, but yeah, that was a good one tonight. I was digging it. Oh, we're going to be starting up the Umbrella Academy Season 3, Episode 1, and this one's called Meet the Family. And it opens on a train with a young Korean being one of the chosen 16 to give birth without priorly being pregnant. And do we have any idea, like, on how any of these 16 women were chosen?
Nah, and it's just weird because compared to the first season when he got Vanya, which I'll say like the character's like different name, like when it gets episode 2. With her parents, it was they kissed, but you didn't see that like I don't know what would you call it, those sparkles, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like enter the mom. But within this episode with Ben's, you see it happen with her immediately after the kiss. So it's still strange as to like what's happening there. And I won't be surprised it has something to do with freaking Hargreaves alien planet type thing there. I wouldn't be honestly. Or he had something to do with it.
Absolutely. And did you notice, like, the little sparkly things that make Sloane fly and kind of move around? Kind of seemed almost like the same sparkly things that were going in making these women pregnant.
Oh, now I gotta rewatch this episode to notice that now.
Yeah, every time Sloane like uses her little fly magic or whatever, or goes in him, she got those same little sparkly things like emanating from her hands. So it's like, is she the most powerful, or is she a little different with it, or yeah, I just don't know what's going on with that. And of course, she's one of the only ones that can fly, so that's kind of a trip.
I was confused, like, what's like her actual ability? It's either like telekinesis, gravity, or what?
Yeah, well, yeah, and the fact that she can make other people float and throw them around and stop. I mean, she was able to stop Vanya cold, so she's got to be pretty damn powerful. Who do you think the most powerful of the sparrows is?
I want to say the cube, Christopher, because I still am like, what is his actual ability?
Yeah, he can do some things. I think he's the one. I don't know. Was it the girl? Was it the Sloan or the Cube that had oh boy flipped upside down when they took number one, when they took Luther and kidnapped him? So yeah, we're gonna talk about that. That's not the second one, but
And
oh,
I'm
so much crazy.
confused, like, was Christopher born that way? And if so, how the mom gave birth to a cube?
Owie, painfully. That's how painfully. What's up, Lindar? I see you out there. Welcome back. Welcome back. Have you started out the old Umbrella Academy season 3 yet? Yeah, it's been crazy. What's going to go on with this cube? What's really happening with these people? Like they suck me in hook, line, and sinker right out the gate because unbelievable. Do you think the baby he got in Korea was Ben, or did they refuse him and maybe that's going to be a character we meet later? You think that was
Nah,
Ben?
it still could be because they still said like in the opening that on October 1st, 1989, like 16 women gave birth. So it's like they could psych us out and be like, oh, well, it could be Ben or it may not be Ben. And we're
Yeah,
still debating, and we still haven't like realized like who are these other like children. Like we know the seven, and then the eighth person we know is like Lila, and there's still like seven others. Like we still don't know.
is
Like
there
who's
though, or is there seven others, or have we seen them now? Because there's seven sparrows, there's seven
But here's the
umbrella
thing,
families.
though. This is like another timeline altogether, though. So
That's
it's
true.
like, are they part of it or not?
Yeah, that's crazy. We don't know because if it is, obviously you got the Umbrella Academy, you have the Sparrows, and then you have Lila. So
Hmm.
that's 15 out of the 16. Have we met all the special children? And there's one super one out there we haven't met yet, or like
Hmm.
you say, is this a different timeline and this is just 7 and 7, and we'd have a whole other half to meet?
Like, I need to see episode 3 when they're explaining more about this grandfather paradox. Because even we
Yeah,
were talking about it before you came on the stream. It's like, well, are they the kids still alive or are they not because of the whole situation involving the parents? Well, the mothers.
exactly. And everybody, I mean, I don't know for sure, but I would think when they're talking about the grandfather paradox, they're talking about how you can't go back in time and kill your grandfather because then you wouldn't have been able to go back in time because you would have never been created. I think that's what they
Oh,
mean.
so that's what the grandfather paradox is.
I think so. That's what I get out of it. I mean, I haven't read anything or whatever, but that's what I would get out of it. Like usually when they talk about that time loops and stuff, you can't go back and kill an earlier family member, or therefore you would have never been made to go back and kill him in the first place. So I believe that's what the grandfather paradox is when we're talking about it. But how creepy is that Faye character with ravens flying in and out of her back? I see you, Bran.
At first, I was like, "Oh, the person can't see," but then I'm like, "Wait a minute! I guess that's what the ravens are for, so she could see like through them." Not only that, but just like manipulate them, and I'm like, "Okay, I'm liking it. I'm liking it."
Oh, that's just a wild one. I don't know. I don't need them little crows going in and out of my back. That was messed up. And how interesting in like this world, Ben is number 2, not number 6, and he looks like he may have his sights on being number 1.
It seems like it, doesn't he? It's like he was like really this like low key, like the real leader of the entire crew. Because even how that's what I expected, honestly, how season 2 ended, because he was like the first one talking, even though that's like the only Sparrow that we know. It seemed like he was commanding it, even when he and later on in the episode, when Marcus and Vanya was meeting up, like it was like him and Faye like spying on the whole meetup and everything. Like he was always like one step like ahead of everyone. So I'm like, okay. I'm liking this. So even after Marcus left,
Right.
he was still trying to run it.
And they put a little twist on that too, because it's like they made it look like he's kind of vying against him, but in the end, like maybe he's like, I'll take care of it, and then he's just gonna go talk to him, like, hey Marcus, what are you doing? You can't, you're getting everybody set off. So I don't know, is he gonna be on Marcus's side, or like I said, is he just kind of undercover trying to be the number one and get Marcus out of the way? So that'd be kind of crazy.
That's another thing. Like we never even got to like see like Ben as in like an adult and like experience that because he was already dead.
Right. Exactly. And what a difference a number can make. Because being number 6, he's all mellow and chill, but it looks like being number 2 has turned him into a real asshole. So I don't know, a different timeline, or just because of his number and he has more responsibility, or what. But yeah, he did not turn out good to staying alive. Maybe it was time for him to go early. I love how in this world, like, his Klause is a talking box. Like, I hear you, number 7. I mean, Christopher. Will he like turn human at some point, or is he just going to be a talking box this whole time?
That's my question. Even then, like since I'm guessing they all grew up, like with each other, they understand him completely. But then weirdly, during the whole fight, it seemed that Diego understood him because Christopher was saying something, I'm guessing about Diego's hair, and then he commented about like, oh, something about his hair. So I'm
Yeah,
like,
it was appropriate for my timeline. Yeah.
so it's like, what's up there? And I literally had the subtitles on. I'm like, did I miss anything?
Nope. For some reason, Diego could just understand him.
Maybe he was still like under the influence of Jamie, so it's like, who knows?
Oh, there you go. And speaking of, we see Jamie, aka number 6. She can definitely handle herself because she was throwing them hands in that pizza parlor. Like she looks like she's like every bit or even more so adept than Allison is at fighting. No, right? And then I would say like poor Alfonso with that messed up face and saggy skin, but number 4 just seems like he's as big a dick as the rest of them.
Yeah, forget I'm liking Alfonso though. He just casually just sitting there and just be eating.
Just getting his munchies on. Oh man, that skin though. But Sloan, aka number 5, she seems pretty cool. And can she fly? Like that was kind of crazy how she flipped out of the air out of that chair like that.
Yep.
Like she flips in the air. Like could she just?
So probably is something with gravity. Then it probably is that something with gravity.
Like can she fly? Looks like she can make others fly. Like I don't know. Like how far does that go? Is it just like kind of like a hovercraft across the ground? Like how's that gonna work out? Can't wait to see that. But all those gifted kids, how did nobody not notice that huge rumbling going on in the basement? Like you got all these superpowered people, and nobody noticed that the whole house keeps shaking for some weird reason.
The observation is low, man. The observation is low.
Like, come on. And again, like I'm not usually into dance numbers, like we were saying, but when they get put in my series, I'm usually just a little bit put off. But this one was amazing. Had me giggling my ass off with that Footloose fucking ensemble.
He's like, we'll sell this old-fashioned way. And then when Marcus started dancing, I'm like, what's going on here? It's like, is that part of his ability or something? And then Luther starts dancing. Then he's like, get him, Luther. And Diego was like, what are you doing? Defending our honor, bro. And then everyone started dancing.
That was the most amazing thing ever, dude. It was just, that was so spot on and fit so perfectly in there. I was all for it. I was loving it.
And I remember seeing like a clip of it, a very small one. I thought that was just, the actors just randomly dancing, and just like promoting the Umbrella Academy for the on season 3. But then in reality, I was like, oh shoot, this is actually a scene within the show.
It's like this is really happening, which is just amazing in every part. Oh, DJ. No, no, no. Did you watch the whole season yet? No, no.
Nah, we haven't.
You know how we do it around here, one at a time. So they wanted to do two, so I watched the first two, and that's it. I have no idea what happens from episode 3 on. So,
And I wish I could binge it, damn it. It's torture. It's torture.
It makes you want it, but it's so much more fun guessing and trying to see what's going to happen. Like, I got some questions already in number 1 that got answered in 2 right away. So, yeah, it does stuff, but it is a lot funner trying to guess what's going on and theorize. Oh man, that was the best part. Footloose. That was pretty amazing, no doubt about it. I was all for it. Like I said, I love that scene. It had me giggling my ass off.
And then with Alfonso, when like he had to like literally lift his leg up at the old dance part because Allison, I'm like, wow, this is amazing.
Oh, it was fantastic. But it was weird seeing like how unendearing the sparrows were to Grace. Like they have no love for Mama.
No, not at all. Even like with even in episode 2, they even expanded. They were like, why they keep calling her like mom? It's like, what's up? It's like how in this timeline they're treating her. And like I'm guessing she's like a maid instead of like a nanny.
Yeah,
Or
she's like, it's a robot pervert. Like, no, that's Mom. She is not a robot. Like Luther even snapped back. It wasn't even Diego that got to get in on it. Like Luther was like, she's not a robot. Like, woo, like don't talk about Mama like that. Yeah, that's crazy. I can't wait to see how that goes, or if that's going to switch up, because it looks like she's a whole different thing in this new timeline. That's going to be nuts. It was also telling like how Hargrave never stepped in to stop them from fighting. Like old school Hargrave would have never let him tear up his house like that, but this one seems to be kept in check by the sparrows.
You think so? Well, I even think like he keeps them in check though. I think it's the other way around. Because remember that one scene, Marcus said sit, and Hargrave sat, and I was like, hold up here.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, how are they keeping Hargrave in check? Hargrave was like the stone cold asshole to the other ones. Like he ran them, but the sparrows seem like they run him.
This is ridiculous. I'm curious, like in this timeline, like how did he like change this way? Compared to like the first one in the first season that we know him as. But time will tell.
You think it's just because he figured out and saw what losers that these other ones were that he even changed himself just to make sure everything was completely different in this new timeline he created?
That or maybe because of the whole Grace situation, that maybe in the first timeline he didn't lose Grace that way. Could have changed or altered something. Who knows?
Yeah,
Unless that was a fixed point in the timeline where he was always going to end up like losing Grace. I don't know.
definitely. I love how they just went ham with the special effects budget right out of the gate. Like, which fight did you enjoy more, this one or the boys finale?
I'm still like the friggin' the boys, not the boys finale, but boys where it was like that. What was it? Fatal 4-way or a handicap match between Homelander, Huey, Butcher, and Soldier Boy. That was still like the best fight, and it's still early in the season. So, but that fight team was way better than this one.
I think, yeah, see, there you go. I think Hero Gasm fight was a lot better,
Yeah,
but
there we
I
go.
think this fight was better than the finale fight. So kind of switched it around. But yeah, definitely the Hero Gasm fight was amazing. Big Luther, speaking of fighting, was getting his ass whooped. Like they're all talking about ordering Thai food while he's just taking L's. I was like, that was brutal. Like he has nothing on Marcus. Marcus just handled him.
Yep. And it's kind of weird though. It's like that's like of all the Sparrows versus the Umbrella Academy and their abilities, like them two, their abilities are like literally the same.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like happy, and it's kind of messed up. I'm kind of like happy, like they kind of like dispose of Marcus at the end of the episode because it's like you kind of have that ability already, so it's like, well, I have another one, you know?
Oh, that's crazy. And it looks like Vanya's totally forgiven Luther. Like she kept them focused on her while telling Luther to run. So that was a pretty heroic move. Looks like they've patched everything up between them.
And now they realize who's the actual, like, number one.
Right,
in terms of
exactly.
strength and
Exactly.
abilities.
I know when she told the little boy, she's like, 2 number ones need to get together. She's like, actually, I'm number 7. He's like, what? Like somebody messed up somewhere. Let's come on. You think there was something wrong with those biscuit cookies that Hargrave offered Klause? I was like, don't eat that. Don't do it. Like, especially when Diego like stops him just in time and says you're probably gonna die. Like he was talking about the fight, but I think he meant them damn cookies.
I don't know. This Hargreaves in this timeline, it's something off. It's something off. Even I don't think our Hargreaves will even like offer him like, biscuits like out of nowhere like that.
That was to knock his ass out. I'm telling you, or put some LSD and drops on there or some shit. But where is Pogo in this universe? Or did number 5 kill him back in '63? I can't remember.
Nah, he's still here. Based on the trailer, it seems like we're gonna get him eventually.
Oh, see, I haven't even seen the trailer, so I don't know. But yeah,
I know we don't see trailers, but I don't know something baited me to go watch this trailer, and I end up watching. And I'm like, damn it!
like,
but
where is my man Pogo? Like, he
but that
was
is a good question though. Like, why didn't he keep Pogo around? Like, Pogo didn't do anything in season 2 to have Hargreaves be like, I don't like need him around.
no,
So it
he
is
like
weird.
they seemed like they were connected. Like that was
Yeah.
one of his children. Like he
So
really seemed to adore him. So I don't know. Like, where was my man Pogo, or has he just not shown his face yet?
no, it doesn't seem like it though, because in that whole house, like they haven't summoned Pogo, even like within this first episode, like Pogo doesn't appear out of nowhere. So it's very weird.
It is. Like, where's my man Pogo? And was it me, or was there a little spark in the air between Luther and Sloan, and then we get that figured out by that?
Oh yeah, I was shipping it. I was normally, Luther and Allison, even after the whole Allison married someone else. But I'm like, you know what? Stallone right here. Perfect match, maybe.
Oh, it looks good. They both seem down. Both loving Moon stories. Yeah, that's definitely getting shipped 100%. And as long as she's ready for it, is Vanya still the strongest, even out of all the sparrows? Is like out of all 14 of them, is Vanya the strongest?
Of course. Maybe the only thing I'm questioning mainly is Christopher, mainly. But after the whole power blast, I'm like, maybe not. Because even see, like, he was like blue, but then he started turning gray. So it's like, maybe not. Maybe not.
Or if not Vanya, maybe it's Lila who's the strongest, since she's basically like a mirror. Like she can take
Yeah,
everybody's powers
honestly,
and use them. That's kind of crazy.
that's true.
So it almost makes her like the strongest. So we're gonna see where that figures in. Does the fact that Grace views the Powerball as a god make her a true living being? You think?
Nah. Even like when we see Grace, she's just like, almost like a broken down android at this point. So it's like, I don't know, like what's up with her case with this freaking mall thing. It's like,
She said, "What are you doing?" She said, "Worshiping." I was like, "That doesn't sound like a robotic answer." That was kind of weird.
and then the moment Marcus came in, he was like, oh, I'm hearing things too. But then he dumb enough to even touch it.
I knew as soon as I saw a black man in charge, he'd be the first one dead. 100%. Way to not let me down again, Hollywood. You got a black man in charge, he got to die. I just knew the second I saw that shit, he would be the first one dead. And Hollywood did not disappoint.
I had so much hope. So
Oh,
much
are
hope.
you kidding me? Not, without a doubt, Hollywood would never miss a step. It's like, you bastards. Do you think that couple that on that chair in the hotel will be some kind of agents at some point, or are they just extras kind of watching the crew walk in?
Damn, I never thought about that. I honestly did it. And hell, this since this is under a different timeline, Cha Cha, Hazel, come back around. There's a
Right?
lot of deaths that happen in the first season that you can actually just bring some characters back, honestly.
Oh, geez. Linda R says Pogo was killed in first season. Right, they did, but they're on a completely different timeline now. So it's a whole different thing. So Pogo wouldn't have died in that way that he died in first season. He'd be alive with the sparrows, unless the sparrows have already killed him off for some reason or other. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure how they're going to work that Pogo situation in. Those Pete's were sus for real. Yeah, exactly. And I'm thinking in the next episode, I even take it a step further. But yeah, right now I'm just kind of wondering, like, they keep flashing in. Are these just extras? Why do they keep showing them so long? It seems like they're going to have a more predominant situation coming in a little bit later in the series.
Because they expand and end up sitting like there's like weird people here and there. But even like in episode 2, like occasionally, you do see people just randomly staring at them, like oddly, like way too long. So you are right there.
It's like something's going to happen with that. And what's up? Do you think? And then we see this in the next one. It actually gets answered. This is another one doing 200 times. But I wrote down: will Allison even have a daughter in this timeline?
Yeah, I speculated like she probably doesn't because this is a brand new timeline. Because since the Umbrella Academy was never adopted by Hargreaves, they never like became like famous, and that's what pretty much like triggered the whole thing of her meeting her husband and X, Y, and Z, them getting married and having the daughter. So I'm like, that's probably not gonna be like in the cards for her.
Exactly. Whole different timeline, whole different situation. So you already kind of saw that coming. And we see just how different things are in this timeline when Hargrave entered and saying, like, you summoned number one, and then immediately got told to sit down, like we were just saying. And then why is he so meek with this squad? Like, even Christopher was bossing him around. Like, he's like, get your ass out there and go get our information. Because Hargrave was like, okay, I'm going, I'm going. So seems like it's not just number one, but all the kids are bossing him around in this timeline.
That's crazy. And then he says, like, even though like they are Neanderthals, like he did underestimate them because they did save the world.
Exactly. So I said, don't make the same mistake. You guys shouldn't underestimate them. So we'll see how that comes into play. And then Ben says they lack loyalty, which we can use that. But it doesn't seem like he's so loyal himself after some of the stuff we see him do. But then I don't know. He's kind of going back and forth. So are these words going to come back to bite him later on in the season?
Most definitely, especially with Sloane.
Sloane,
Yeah. With her specifically, like she's pretty much gonna be like the one person that's gonna end up, portraying the sparrows most definitely.
Probably, because she doesn't look like she likes being locked up and likes that life, and she's down with looser and wants to go like see everything in the world. So yeah, absolutely, that could definitely be the weak link for them. And then Vanya decides to visit Marcus and has a little sit down, heart to heart with him, and she just has no fear of this man. Like, does she just deep down know that she is the most powerful out of all of them?
You're damn right. Literally shaking the entire freaking restaurant, saying, "Hey, your team may be good and all, but hell, I entered the world twice.
Right? Like, you really want to mess with
Give
me?
me my damn briefcase and we bounce."
Oh, that's amazing. Like, just let us be on our way or you will be sorry. I'm telling you. And then Diego gets a little surprise visit, a little blast from the past, as Lila comes in to see him and drops a monster bomb on him. Like, they have a son that she's been raising for over a decade. Do you think Stanley has special powers too?
I think so, because usually she has abilities, Diego has abilities. It would be strange if he doesn't have abilities. So it's like, wow, that would be crazy. So at this point, it's like I won't be surprised if like something happens and then boom, he just like shows what it is and it's like, oh shoot, so you have it as well.
And maybe he's got Mama's powers. Maybe he's got both of them, but maybe he's got Mama's powers because, like, we'll talk about it in the next one. But when he picked up Diego's knife, he's like, "I got your back," and he picked up Diego's knife. He hit that man on first throw. It's not that easy to just slice somebody with a knife throw, and he slit that man with one throw. So maybe he can mirror and do like throw as good as Diego can when he's around him. Because we already know Diego can throw knives like around corners and shit. Like, so yeah, he's got a master ability with it. But now, how did I? And then we already talked about that one. Yeah, it's Hollywood on the bullshit. Is number 5 just as concussed as Luther? Like, what's he spewing? Talking about they already won when there's nothing to worry about. Like, what do you mean there's nothing to worry about? Obviously, things are way screwed up in this timeline, but he's just ready to roll with it. Like, shouldn't he be a little more worried about things being askew?
I mean, his main objective was like in the first season, make sure the apocalypse doesn't happen. It did still happen, but when they escaped, they ended up back in what was it,
63.
Yep, and they made sure that they came back to their actual time, and all was well. The world didn't end, so he's like, "Okay, I'm good. I can go on vacation." But in reality, it's not that at all.
There's nothing okay whatsoever. But what was okay was this season opener, and I was all in for it. What do you think of this first episode?
Yep, I did. This was a good opening to the very first season of season 3, honestly.
An excellent opening. It has me sucked back in, hook, line, and sinker, and I can't wait to take this ride. That's going to be season 3. I think it's going to be amazing. And that's basically episode 1. I got a few trivia questions to see if anybody remembers anything about this show. If you know these answers, write them in the chat box. If you're watching later, put them in the comment section down below. But in what city did the girl on the train have a baby?
Damn it! Wait, no. Was it Seoul? Seoul?
It was Seoul. There he goes. He's back on track right out of the gate. Welcome. Number 2, what hour were the special babies born?
The 12th hour.
There you go. He's back on track, folks. How many special babies were born?
16.
And you, what month were the babies born?
October.
Look at him killing it, folks. And what number is Alfonso?
Alfonso is number 4.
Look at him go. What month was it when Jamie and Alfonso grabbed the pizza? There's a deep dive.
March.
Oh, it wasn't deep nothing. He said I was ready for it. Extra credit points. What year?
Oh, damn it. You got me there. You got me
Come
there.
on. I was like, you're just banging these out too easy. I'm glad I put that in there. Oh,
Jake,
extra
save me, man. What was the month?
there it
No,
is.
excuse me, the year.
Yep, it was March. What's up, folks? Anybody out there in the chat remember what the year was? What year was it when they went and Jamie and Alfonso went in and grabbed that pizza? That was a great scene, by the way. I love that one. That was absolutely amazing. Oh, he's fairly selfless. He's wrong, though. We shall see. We shall see. Oh, man, getting back into it. If you know that year, write it in the comment section. What year did Reginald say the UA accosted him?
1963.
Yep, just said it. And what city was it in?
Dallas.
What season was it in?
You mean the season? Season 2, you mean?
Nope, it said the season. A man for all seasons. It actually said a season. I was like, man, they're probably gonna get to Dallas, but maybe we'll get
Nah, I don't got the season.
1-4 shot. We got him. What's up, chat? Take a guess out there. What season was it that our crew accosted Reginald back in 1963? And what did Diego call number 7?
Did I write that down?
Yeah, a little nickname right out the gate. He called number 7. What did he call him? So we stump fandom. Anybody out there remember? Spring is incorrect. You got a 1-4 shot though. Well done.
Nah, I don't got that one.
Oh, if you guys know that answer, what did Diego call number 7 when he saw him? Oh, 2 more quick ones. You already know this one. What song did they have the dance off to?
Footloose.
And what was the employee of the hotel's name? We always get him on.
Chet? Chet?
Oh, we didn't get him this time, though. He's ready. It is indeed my man, Chet. And Chet is a weird character. Something's going to be off with him.
He's always playing some type of weird or interesting character, that actor.
Yeah, I mean, look at him. He's just made for it, 100%. Oh, yeah, but if you know that one, write it down below. Oh, you got those? Well done, you. I think you only missed, 2? Like, that is impressive, sir. Very impressive. Well done, you. So we're going to keep it moving right on into the next one, the Umbrella Academy, Season 3, Episode 2, The World's Biggest Ball of Twine. And it's morning, and Luther feels great, and he heads out for a little jog while back at the Momo, Chet's mourning the loss of his doggy. And what's going on with these blasts? Like, are those wave blasts, like, time resetting itself or something else, do you think?
I'm not sure. And it's every time the blast happened, so far it first attacked the dog, and then it was like the lobster, then the cows, and then at one point it did kill Marcus, but I guess only because Marcus touched it.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Is like, is this thing just out killing animals, or like, because I thought that too, and then all of a sudden, but wait, it killed Marcus, so something's going on. But yeah, maybe it is just because Marcus was in such close proximity and he actually touched it. That's what it was.
Yeah, that's my guess.
That could be. And while jogging, Luther runs into Bird Lady, Ben, Sloan, and the magic box, and they're able to kidnap him without much trouble. And meanwhile, it looks like we called it last episode in this timeline, Allison's daughter does not indeed exist. And can you imagine how devastating that would be? Like, your baby girl, like she said she doesn't have so much as a picture of her. Like, oh
yeah, I empathize for her because how long has it been? Like in season 2, like they were gone for like X amount of years. Couldn't see like her daughter because she was stuck in that timeline, to then finally be able to return to what you thought was your timeline, calling up your house, expecting like, oh, I'm going to end up seeing you. Go down there, go into a place that's not your kid. That's your was once your husband in a different timeline, another strange woman, and you're like, sorry. I'm like, that was just insane.
Oh man, yeah, that would be the most terrible. Like, I just can't even imagine. Like, you have a baby and now all of a sudden he doesn't even exist and you don't have so much as a picture to remember her by. Like, oh, that I was in on that one. I was feeling it. That was ruthless. Yeah, Jake, number 7, Ellen. I don't know who Ellen is. But number 7 in the Umbrella Academy is Vanya, but number 7 is different in the Sparrow Academy, obviously, which is Christopher. Absolutely. But yeah, man, it's that would be the most devastating. That hit me in all the feels when I saw that. And what was that book Vanya was looking in? Like, it looked like it was saying that our crew were the ones that assassinated Kennedy, and that's how they're remembered in the timeline. Like, are they all dead? Like, is our crew dead in this timeline, and they're never even going to run into their doppelgangers?
Oh yeah, you're right. They do exist still, but it's weird how it's gonna happen though because they're known as like the Kennedy, not the Kennedy Six. It's something six. I have it written down here somewhere, but something six.
Right.
So they do exist, but it's like who's their actual parents, or maybe that's what it is. Maybe their parents died in their childbirth or something. But then, according to like what Klause says, it says like they die like after they were born or
No,
different.
you said they died before they were born, which is
Exactly. So it's
impossible.
like they have different parents now or something of that magnitude.
Something that's how they're probably going to put a weird twist on the grandfather
That
part.
or they were just born earlier.
But how?
That's what it has to be or something.
Yeah,
Actually, no, because that's just them time traveling within that paradox or something. I don't know. Timey wimey. It's just
yeah,
like that ball of string.
yeah, exactly. Like that's how they're going to get around the grandfather paradox is that this is some other thing, or they come from some other timeline. Because yeah, obviously they couldn't have their mothers be dead before they were even born. So it's like, what's really going on? They got me so tied up already in 2 episodes. I don't know what's happening.
Unless in the first season when they did the whole time jump, they time jump into that timeline of this paradox that they're in right now. That's what it is.
Right, but why would that doesn't explain why they'd be dead in this paradox or how
They
their
wouldn't be dead, they don't exist. They're just like time traveled into a certain timeline, a different timeline. We think that they time traveled within like their actual timeline, but in reality, like that briefcase.
they jump to a different multiverse.
Yeah, exactly. That's my guess of it.
Yeah,
That's how I'm looking at it.
it's just so weird. Like, how could their parents be dead before they were? I just can't wait for them to.
That's like the only way I can like see it. How they can explain it is that the briefcase at the end of season one made them time travel into a different
Multiverse.
multiverse altogether.
Huh. It's odd Sissy died on the same day that all the kids were supposedly born. That's kind of a trip too. Like, did you notice that tie-in? Like Vanya's old girlfriend, Sissy,
Yeah.
they said that she died on the same day that all these kids were supposedly born. So it's like that's going to be part of a tie-in too. I think like, they got so
Most
much weird
definitely.
stuff.
Oh, we didn't even talk about the individual with the freaking briefcase who packed the 6 sandwiches. We all know that. My guess it has to be Sissy's kid.
You think that's Sissy's kid?
Yep, Sissy's kid. That's what I
Foster?
think it is.
Huh, that'll be interesting. Guys, yeah, we were like, what is going on with this kid? Like, yeah, what are they trying to type him into? But yeah, maybe that's it. That is Sissy's kid, and he's coming to find Vanya or something.
Yeah, that's my guess.
But then he saw Vanya when Vanya came to get Allison, so why wouldn't he say something? Like that's I don't know. That's just all
They're
around.
dragging it. They're dragging it.
They are because we already saw like he drowned, and old girl put the power into him when she saved him. So maybe he just kept that power and it amplified as it grew. But yeah, it sounds like it's messed up because he has to listen to like bugs and bees and typewriters just to calm.
Because another thing that helped me out, while I'm still thinking it is Sissy's kid, because remember how in the second season he would like listen to music just to help him out, and
Right.
and this,
Oh,
and now he's listening to like bees just to like it was not just bees, but it was like other sounds
yeah, typewriters,
just to calm
birds.
him down with his nerves, and maybe his nerves was his abilities. Maybe as he like grew older, like he just couldn't like control it more because of his old age.
I
So
love that.
yep.
I love that. Oh, Jake says, dude might have killed them. I don't know which one.
Exactly, Jake. She has some sound power. So again, because of that, that's why I think it's Sissy's kid.
Yeah, it could be. I like that. I like that. That'd be amazing. Because yeah, Lavanya put the power of something into him, and we don't know how that's going to take off. Is that why the couple in the hotel are so interested in the new guest because they recognized him as the JFK murderers?
Could be. And they could be murderers too. They can be like, oh shoot, you're
Everybody
my role
hiding out.
models.
Everybody hiding out in here. Why is Diego being such a child about taking care of his child? Like he's being so rude about it all.
Because that's Diego. Oh my god. It's literally a mini him.
Oh, it really is. Like, yeah, he is still just a child at heart. Like he's
And
never.
plus it's like he still has his own like, data issues with Hardgreave. So it's
Oh
just
yeah,
pretty much just a spinning thing like all over again.
yeah. He just wants to kill all the sparrows just because the dad seems to like them better. Like for no other reason, he wants to kill them. Yeah,
Like, dude, just right now focus on like your own kid. And even he said it to him in this episode, like, that my father treated me like a dick, and if I ever have a kid, I'm not gonna do the same exact thing. And it was like rude of him, like bitching about having a kid right next to Allison, who literally has like no kid right now. I'm like,
Bro,
dude.
like mine doesn't even exist and you get gifted with one. Like, what is this? Oh yeah, that's definitely gonna be a thing. I love that comparison. That is messed up. And what kind of nonsense was Victor saying? Like saying Marcus didn't want a war any more than they did. What are you talking about? That's exactly what he wanted. Like he said, I hope you're not here to beg for your family's life because we're going to take you out. Of course, it's exactly what he wanted with a war. So what's she talking about?
Repeat that question about Marcus.
Well, I said Victor because now
Okay,
Vanya.
now it's Victor. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, what kind of nonsense is she talking about? She's like, she was telling her crew that Marcus didn't want a war any more than that. Yes, exactly what he wants. Because
Yeah,
he said when she was there, I hope you're not here to beg for your family's life. We're going to take you out.
Because he pretty much wanted, well, because like according to what they said in episode 1, they barely had like any business for them like booming or anything because it had like no challenge in a very long time. So for them, this is the challenge. This could be a war, something that they can like bring to the public to show, yeah, we're still the apex predator of the world.
Exactly. So why was Vanya lying, trying to soft coat that? Like that's exactly what he wants is a battle. What are you saying that he doesn't want that for? Like she
But
just
in that
straight up.
meeting, it didn't seem like he wanted a battle though, as mostly. So
Yeah, even though like he specifically said, I hope you're not here to beg for your family's life because we coming for you. Like that sounds like a man ready to go to war to me. But yeah, I don't know. Let's see what's up with that. Is Vanya just trying to twist the scenario or something else in effect there?
mm.
But I get Five not wanting to mess with time anymore, but he has to know you can't just erase the fact that Allison's daughter no longer exists. Like something is going to have to be done. She's not going to let that sit.
Mm-hmm. Not only that alone, it's like something has to be else wrong. But he was like, I just don't want to deal with anything. He just wanted to relax, have his vacation.
He's had enough. He's ready to check out. He has had enough. But like, sorry, man, but there is more work to be done. So, like I said, is time being altered every time that ball shoots out a sonic blast, or is it just resetting timelines, or is it just killing certain things, or does it have another? Like, what's going on with this ball? Do we have any idea?
Seems as of right now, it's just killing people. But at the same time, it's like, is it absorbing people as well?
Oh, taking their power. Maybe that's how it's living. It's killing off the life. Like it's killing animals first to like live, but maybe it's going to be people afterwards. Or something. And something's off with that hotel that they're staying in. Like, do we have a Hotel California situation going on? Like, check every time you like, but you can never leave. Like, what's happening here?
Every time I see the hotel, I'm just thinking of The Shining. Every single time, especially that one scene where you see those two old ladies with cats walking. I'm like, this is dead The Shining right here.
It's like, is that what's going to happen? Are we going to find out everybody in this hotel is already dead? Like, is that how they're going to get through the paradox? Because they're not really here. They're dead.
Oh, this is DJ's tinfoil here now. I can see it creeping.
Here we go. Find out they're not even alive in this timeline. Like, everybody in that hotel is dead. That'd be amazing. But yeah, it just feels like a little Hotel California situation in there. It's just a little too weird and eerie in there. But that's what they needed, someplace weird and strange to hide out, and that's where Klause took them.
But you are right there, Jake, because he did mention about Hargreaves Hotel because he did cut the grand opening ribbon, so it's like he does have like some hand in that hotel.
Oh, there you go. So you think that Hargreaves actually owns this hotel?
I won't be surprised, but then who knows? Maybe discarded it after a while because Klause did say in the first episode, like it was like catered towards high society, but not anymore.
Oh man! Oh, here we go. Not in episode 1. He said Diego's an idiot. He couldn't even grasp why that's wrong. Yeah, Diego. We already know Diego's a moron from last season. He's not the smartest character. They think they took their leader. Of course, that's why they're coming after him. But yeah, we're going to see how that pans out. And when are they going to find out that it was actually this ball? And how do they have all these superpowers and not realize they got a ball of death down in the basement shaking everything up? Like, they are not the most attuned and aware of their surroundings as far as superpowered people go.
And no one goes down in the basement like at all. Like, I don't know. Maybe if I want a basement occasionally, I'd go down there just to walk around or whatever. But they really go down there.
Yeah, right? Like, I don't know. I got some ideas too.
And hold up. There was like an alarm went off when the Umbrella Academy showed up. But no alarm goes off when that ball.
Right? You got the ball of death down there, just straight out of hell, and you ain't got nothing. Nobody knows it's there. Only the moms down there praying to it. And like,
plot convenience at its finest.
yeah, it's just craziness. I can't wait to see what happens. And then Stanley's ear starts to leak, so they head off to the store for some medicine. And why is that happening to him? Is that going to be part of his powers by the end of this season that's causing that, or is that just a problem he has?
That's what I thought, but at the same time, it's like maybe it is an ear infection.
And he said, I mean, it has to use the strong stuff because Diego's ready to go cheap on it and get the off brand. He's like, nope, I need my brand, homie. Like, don't be trying to get that cheap shit from me. But Luther is so naive. Like, thinks after being kidnapped, he's just going to get up and just walk out. Like, come on, Luther, think. You got to think better than that. Be better. Like, he is just a moron.
Hey, again, is he truly again, like, I agree, sure, like, hopefully, I was hoping that they would explain the number of things. Maybe in this season, explain, like, again, how they got their numbers. Because this season, they could really explain it. Because this is how we got our numbers, how you got your numbers. And boom, we explain, like, why he's number one, even though he's not, the brightest one of the group.
Exactly. Is it something as easy as that's just the number in which Hargrave like accumulated them and brought them in, or was it something to do with their training and somehow Luther was the best at everything, so he became number one? Like, which one is it?
Mm-hmm.
And then poor Allison, like I said, I was feeling for her when she said she didn't even have a picture of her daughter. Like, that was just brutal. Like, too much. But why did Lila's briefcase so conveniently not work all of a sudden? Like, did somebody maybe mess with it so she'd be stuck there with Diego?
That's at first I thought it was because of the bowl at the in the basement that's like causing like something for like no one to time travel. That's what I'm assuming.
Ooh,
So I wouldn't be surprised if she tries again and then she goes to the Umbrella Academy and it's like, okay, what the hell you guys did? Because I was able to time travel the briefcase back and forth with ease.
right?
I try to use mine, it's not working. I'm using yours, it's not working. What you guys did. And then that's how she's going to be able to like join the group with this season. That's my guess.
I like that. It's gonna, yeah. I don't know. I think maybe there might be somebody left on the commission that's kind of messing with it. They kind of trapped her there for a reason.
Who, her psycho mom?
Well, her mom's dead, so it might have to be somebody else.
Well, maybe.
Or yeah, maybe she jumped somehow. Yeah, timeline.
Please, you know how many times we think this woman is dead, and next thing you know, she comes back.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Jake says her numbers seem to transfer to the rank, absolutely, and that's why I'm saying, hey, what's up, Iron Throne? I see you out there. But yeah, that's why I was wondering, like, does it have to do with in the order they got brought in, or does it have to do with how they like went through training? Like, I don't know. But yeah, the numbers definitely seem to do the rank because everybody looks up to number one, whether it's a Sparrow or Umbrella Academy. He said, my guess, 5 took a part.
Even then, Vanya was like the strongest, and she was number 7. It's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. But you got to remember that not to them, she wasn't the strongest because the dad was trying to repress all her powers. So as growing up, she was the weak one that didn't have any powers, or that's what they kept telling her. So that's why she would be in last place. And then Marcus called it instantly. Well, somebody messed up because you are obviously the most powerful out of all of them. So I think that's how that got turned around. But Klause asked number 5 to go on a road trip with him. And didn't he just know there was going to be a hitch? Like, he had to know he wasn't just trying to spend time with his brother. Like, come on, 5, you're smarter than that.
Of course. But hey, I love it when them two team up and like go on road trips or something. Like in season 1, when they went to that who was it? That company because they want to figure out that glass eye.
Oh, right. Exactly. And it shows him all smart until he runs into his old girlfriend, the mannequin. Then it's a problem. Dolores.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let Dolores get in there. That's the only thing that can mess with Fi's head. But little Stanley sure seems to be brave. Like I was saying, like Diego told him to go wait outside, and my man Stan was like, "Nah, I got your back," and he was instantly ready to throw them hands with Papa San. I was like, "Okay, this kid's got to have some kind of powers."
He was a ride or die, and I was like wondering, okay, would he even like his father or not, though? But within that scene, he's like, "Let's go."
Right? Like no hesitation. Like, I ain't going outside. I got you. Let's do this. And like I said, he picked up that knife and hit him in one shot. So is that just because he has the mirror capabilities of his mom, or is he just talented? Does he have his own powers? Like, I need to know more about my man Stan.
Yep, same here.
And then the Sparrows seem more like the boys in that true heroes. Like the way Jamie hissed at that store owner who was just letting her know he sees her stealing, like right in front of him. Like she seems more evil than good.
I think that's like almost like all the sparrows. They're just like getting away with stuff because of their fame.
Maybe that's it. Like, hey, I don't care how famous you are. You got to pay for that up here filling your pockets with my munchies. Like, come on now. And she just gave him a hiss. He was like, I'm out. Like, that's messed up. That's definitely villainous. And how come like some punches against Alfonso seem to hurt you and some actually seem to get through and hurt him? Like, what is up with his power?
It seems I'm guessing he's picking and choosing.
So
Like
he
what
can decide.
yeah, that or is he just what I'm thinking of? Caught off guard, possibly. I don't know. Because it is weird though. Because at one point, when we see in the first episode, he's like, "Hit me," so he's anticipating that hit. And then within this episode, it's like there's some hits he's anticipating, or maybe he's not. And then when what you call Stanley like throws a knife at him, like, and it like hits him, but it's like injures Stanley. It's like, what's up here?
That's crazy. And then his gross ears have some story connected to them. Is that Alfonso? His gross ears have some, or is he talking about Stanley because his ear was leaking?
Oh yeah, he's talking about Stanley. Yeah.
That'd be interesting. Yeah, so yeah, they need to pan that out and let us know what's going on.
And part of his chin fell off, and Diego was like, dude, he's like, oh yeah, that's normal.
Yeah, he's like, oh, that just happens sometimes. Like, just random body parts just fall out. Like, that's just we're okay with this. Like, what's going on with you, man? So yeah, maybe that's it. Like he really did get hurt, so his powers got lessened. So that's when Diego was actually able to kick and punch him. But I just didn't understand how some worked and some didn't. Like they need to suss that out a little better for us. Because yeah, that was messed up. Yeah, he said the kid. So yeah, I don't know. They need to let us know why sometimes you can punch this man and sometimes you can't. I need a little more info on that. The little Stan is pretty aware of his surroundings, like saving Diego from being hit with that mind-bending venom. And he also seemed to be pretty nice with his knife throwing abilities. So he hit Alfonso with that first toss. Like I said, I think he's going to be special powered. He doesn't seem like just some normal, everyday kid.
But he does have asthma, though. He almost died.
Oh, Alfonso did, yeah. So that's going to be how you take him down. Like, just don't let him get him all worked up. And don't let him get to that inhaler, and maybe he'll fall out. It seems like the best way to go. I like how Diego gave Stanley his first daddy lesson. Like, he who walks away lives to fight another day. Stan's like, that's lame. Let's go back and get them. They're down. Like, oh, man. It's time to bounce, kid. Let's go. Good daddy lesson for the day. And then 5 and Klause make it out to Amish country to look for his mother. And oddly, Klause doesn't quite fit in. Imagine that. But he doesn't find his mom, but he does meet his aunt. So that was kind of an interesting little thing.
At first, I thought that was his actual mom. And then just the Amish people were just like, no. And that's how, they just got the 3K. But then we learned, like, uh-oh, that was actually the aunt this whole time. And that's why they were like, fessed up when he came talking about, what's the name, Rachel or something like that? I know it began with an R. And I'm guessing they just didn't want to, like, relive the moment of the death of Klause's mother. And maybe since, like, other people randomly, died around that same time with odd ways, I'm guessing other reporters and stuff like were appearing, and they just didn't want to, again, just like rehash all this all over again. Which is understandable.
I mean, Amish, they're super religious. So if all of a sudden, you're not even married and all of a sudden you're pregnant and giving birth, like, I don't know, maybe she had to like leave and go join the Amish because of something weird like that or something. So it's like, or was she just always Amish and they don't talk about her because all of a sudden she got pregnant and nobody believed her? Like, but I mean,
but did she get pregnant though? That's another thing. It's like with my theory, it's like maybe they just they don't exist in this timeline except for Ben. Like Ben seems to be maybe possibly the outlier of it all because out of all of them, Ben's there still within the Sparrow Academy, which is weird.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, Jake says I wouldn't be surprised if Hargraves killed the entire Umbrella Academy. So is that why they're not in this timeline? Because he's already gone around and killed them, or maybe he set them up as the killers of JFK and had them banned, and they're all there. Like, yeah, we need more information on what's going on with the Umbrella Academy members in this timeline. But yeah, that'd be crazy if we find out Hargraves actually went around and killed them all, and that's why they're not here. Because, like, do you think the doppelgangers are going to be alive in this scenario, or do you think they're not? They're going to be non-existent?
I need to see episode 3. Like, I need really to get this answer because I'm very curious. Because I'm saying before, it's like, are they actually alive or not? Like Ben, I'm seeing Ben. I'm like, well, maybe if we see Ben, then I'm guessing we have to see I'm assuming that they have other doppelgangers of the other. But when Klaus says that, oh, they died, what was it? His mother died what before their supposed birthday? So
Right.
it's like I'm guessing they aren't born then, unless in this timeline they were born different days. I don't know.
Right. So yeah, Linda, he did pick different kids for the round two when he saw what a mess the first guys were. But did he just pick two and leave the other ones alone and never have anything to do with them, or did he go off and kill them so he wouldn't have to deal with them later? But yeah,
And
now they're
now I gotta rewatch season two because now when they're at that dinner table, did they mention Ben? And if they mention Ben, then it's like, why did you still pick up Ben, knowing that Ben was still part of the Umbrella Academy? You know, even though he didn't see him.
Jake says we're still missing three special children. We're only missing one, right? There's 16. There were 16 burrs. There's 7 sparrows. There's 7. Well, I guess there's only 6 of one or the other because Ben's in both of them, and that he's the one crossover. So I guess that would be 2 people. So yeah, if you got basically you got 7 and 7 or 7 and 6 one way or the other with the Sparrows and the Umbrella Academy, Ben going both ways, and you have Lila, so that would be 14. So I guess that would be 2 special children we're missing. I was
Correct.
thinking there was only one that we haven't seen, but yeah, you're right.
I was like double counting Ben at one point too. But yeah, there's only like 2 we don't know of. We
Yeah.
could be seeing one this season, and if I'm not sure we got confirmed for season 4 yet, in which most likely probably will. Boom, that's gonna be possibly like the last one, unless they do a double whammy on us and give us 2.
Okay, I see what Linda's saying now, but Hargraves chose the kids around 2, picked different kids, hence different moms. So yeah, like you said, that's 13 of them. Lila's 14, and we know there's 16 birds, so there's 2 that we've yet to see. So I'm pretty sure where they're going to pop up later on this season. So can't wait to find that out. But he chose Ben again. Yeah, that is kind of weird, and maybe that's why, because Ben wasn't with them when they went to go see him in '63. So he figured,
But I'm pretty sure they mentioned him at least though. And if he's like, well, if Ben was part of this group, then I don't think I should like choose Ben again or something, you know?
or because Ben didn't die, maybe Ben was the one worthy one out of them, so that's why he did go and pick Ben again. Yeah, they're going to have to answer that. Like, why was Ben the one person that was able to go? And maybe because he was, he had died in the line of duty in the first one, he figured he'd be worthy to come back in the second group and be a Sparrow Squirrel. But yeah,
Which
that is
they should
weird.
explain this season. How the hell did Ben die? Because they keep saying that to him. Why I looking at me like that? Why I keep saying that I'm dead? At
Well,
one
because
point, they have to say like, "How did I die in your timeline?" or something like that.
right, which was just on a job. So I mean, he was too young to be on that job. But yeah, he died on a job. So I don't know. And yeah, that is just that's weird. They're gonna have to bring that all around. But yeah, Ben is definitely gonna be the tie because he's the one that was in both groups, and he's the one that Sir Reginald decided to give another chance to because he wasn't with the first set of misfits. So that'll be interesting. That's why we see Ben being born in the very first scene, because that's the only one that he chose. Absolutely, that's why they started out with it. But yeah, there's gonna be something special about Ben in this one. We just got to figure it out. I'm sure it will be revealed shortly. But yeah, that was not a good look for the Amish. The way that guy was a dick. And that woman said, like, let him speak. And the guy just completely ignores and talks over and like, get gone, you're scaring our woman folk. Like, well, look, this is a
He
new
had to
day.
been like either like the father or of Klause's. It could have been Klause's grandfather or the actual husband to Rachel, whoever her name was.
Oh, that would be a trip. I'd love
Because
that.
that would explain like why he was like so frustrated. Like why are you bringing up her name for you? He's like reopening like closed wounds.
Ooh, I didn't even think about that. I love that. Find out that that's actually Claus's father that kicked him out and pushed him down. That'd be nuts. Like, he never had a good dad. Hargrave, him, like, he had nothing but asshole dads, poor guy. No wonder he's the way he is. And then Luther hanging out with Sloane doesn't know what to think, but leans on the side of he's just getting played by her. Like, he almost gave up the ghost, but he caught himself just in time. So, okay, Luther, you're not a complete idiot.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, of course they're fishing you for, like, information. Settle down. Stay quiet. But how come that sonic blast, like we were saying, it killed all the cows but didn't kill 5? Like, is it because they're already dead? Is that why it didn't kill Klause? Because these guys are already dead in this timeline?
Nah, just killing like animals and just fish and stuff. But I don't know why it hasn't like killed humans besides like again like Marcus who actually touched it.
Yeah, so that's why I'm like, maybe it does kill the humans it comes in
Just
contact
not
with.
yet.
But these guys are already dead, so it can't kill them because they're dead. Like they're just walking ghosts in this timeline. I'm telling you, there's gonna be some kind of flip like that. I think.
But
Like
number
these.
5 is gonna be figuring it out because he's already like writing stuff
Oh
down
yeah,
in that
he's got the
mirror.
equation. He's definitely right in the equation. Does this Grace know more than she like the other one? Like, is this the updated version? Just like the Sparrows seem to be better than Umbrella Academy. Is this Grace better than the old Grace?
Somewhat. Because again, she was just like breaking down a little bit as opposed to she was breaking down, but at least she's like in tune wherever this ball of pot convenience. As
Like,
opposed to our other grade, she was more of like the nanny knowing secrets and everything.
yeah, she's like, why? Even she's like, why are they calling me mom? Like, it's just a trip. But yeah, we got to figure out this whole Gracie thing's gonna be crazy. And then Klause makes his way back to talk to his aunt, and she just happened to have a little something for him. And it was sad to hear that his mom died on the same day he was born. Like, at first I was like, did she die giving birth? But then they're
Yeah,
like, no.
same.
It's like, but nope, she died before they were even birthed. So how is that even possible? And what is happening here? Like, so much to explain. And then Klaus said his mom died before he was even born. So Five looks like he may actually have an idea of what's going on once he said that. So, like you said, I think Five is definitely about ready to figure all this out.
Mm-hmm. It's grandfather paradox.
Right? And Allison seems to be losing her shit. Like, how is she going to get back to functional knowing that she has a daughter that doesn't even exist anymore?
The briefcase.
Oh, you think the briefcase take her back in time and get
Yeah,
that?
to their actual timelines. I think that at the end of season 1, that briefcase made them time travel to like a whole different like, multiverse as to where she never had a kid.
Well,
Or that briefcase, excuse me, that briefcase. Yeah, yeah, and that briefcase in season 1 to the point that when they jump in season 2, they end up again like going further down this new timeline that they're in. That's my guess.
Sick Hargraves can time travel. Of course, yeah, he's been able to. He's an alien. How would Hargraves know which kids are which? He gave them their names. They didn't know their mothers. But he's still gonna know who he got from who and which one's which. I mean, they're not. They don't even look the same. We got Asians and we got everybody. We got all kinds. So yeah,
He's
I don't.
smart enough. He's a freaking alien.
Yeah, he'd be able to do everything. Yeah, definitely. And there is something to these kids all of a sudden appearing in their mom's belly. I think it's Hargrave's trick or something. I think it's something to do with
Yeah.
his species. His species is an alien that made this happen. But again, like I want to know why specifically these 16 women were chose, or was it just a random thing? He just needed a body to birth these new crazy powered babies. So yeah, they got some splaining to do. Absolutely. Speaking of functional, who is Lester's? Like you were saying, who is this Lester Pockets cat? So we think that's going to be Sissy's kids. That's how
Yep.
he's going to get into all this.
Sissy's kids. Because again, it's weird how he packed 6 sandwiches. Why would he pack 6 sandwiches? He has to know the Umbrella Academy.
So he thinks he has one for all of them, or is that just 6 days of
Yeah.
the week? His whole life is
Nah, 6 for the kids. 6 not for the kids, for the Umbrella Academy. Because didn't they pretty much like end up like saving him somewhat like in the end of season 2? So it's like it's 6 sandwiches for the 6 of them because he knows.
I need to go back because we heard that kid's name. I don't remember his name being Lester. Like we heard.
He could have changed it because remember they were kind of like on the run after the supposed death,
Yeah,
after
maybe.
the death of the father.
Okay, maybe that's it. So they could hide. So he had to change his name. That could be it. All right, I like that. Good explanation. But first of all, when did Lester acquire a tote bag? And second, there's definitely a tracking device in there, right? Like he's like, you're free to go. Don't forget your tote bag. Like he never had a
Of
tote bag.
course, there's a damn tracker in that tote bag. Like literally in that conversation they had, he mentioned a hotel, but he didn't name the name of the hotel.
Right.
They still don't know like what damn hotel. Even then, they can easily have Faye just get a crow, a freaking bird to follow him. But no, obviously this is a tracking thing in some shape or form within that damn tote.
Yeah,
I would have took it, then threw it away or sold it on eBay. Damn it!
She left it on the front porch. Like I didn't come here with no tote bag. What you mean? Don't forget my tote bag. I ain't got no tote. You caught me jogging, son. I wasn't out there carrying nothing. So yeah, that was crazy. I don't know. That was just kind of out of nowhere. That was weird. And then Lila definitely has the best power, being able to mimic any and all the other powers. But how did she know about Five's briefcase and that they were all here?
Well, one, that's still their house, and I'm guessing that's where she assumed they went at the end of season 2.
Yeah, but she tracked him down in the hotel. That's where she dropped off the kid. So how did she know about any of that? How was she able to track him down through all of time?
But still first there since they arrived there first. First she scouted that place and then like unless she did like looked over the hotel first and then she said, okay, it's not an hotel, then maybe it's somewhere else.
Yeah, that was just again plot convenience. Like, was she able to track him down like through all of infinity and time, and you just knew exactly where to come? You knew about this hotel that nobody else
Unless
knows
she
about.
eavesdropped them their conversation about no. Because I don't think they mentioned anything about the briefcase at that point. Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah,
convenience, I guess.
Jake said, "Thanks for saving my life. Here's a sandwich." Oh, too great. Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna see what's up. I think those sandwiches are just the days of the week for that's how he lives his life because he's just not all together there.
The 6 days is 7 days a week.
Yeah, I don't know. He must
He
be.
ain't what he
Yeah, that makes no sense. We gotta figure that out.
because number 7, it's like it's seven. No. That's another hint. Like there was like no 7th sandwich because he made a connection with number 7.
Of course, by then he wouldn't need number 7 because Ben was dead, so there's only 6 of
But
them.
that's the thing. There's no 7th sandwich, even though he could. It's there, DJ. All there in black and white,
There it
clear
is.
as crystal.
And giving us the info. Oh, 5 gets a crew together to tell them they've created the ultimate grandfather paradox. And what if the people in the hotel are just them all grown up and they've been with themselves this whole time and don't even realize it?
Stop with this tinfoil, DJ.
Oh
Second
man,
time I catch you this street.
when that old man went to smoke that pipe, they said that's Luther, but then it panned to Luther. I'm like, did they just give us a hint that these are them like 20 years later, all grown up and older? Like, what is happening here? I don't know. That's definitely my tinfoil. But those people in the hotel could just be different versions of them that have already been living there and hiding out. Because old boy said we take all kinds here. So I don't know. Like I said, I think we might have a Hotel California situation. You can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave. You're dead, sucker. We're gonna find out. As Luther's leaving, Sloane summons him up to the room so she can tell him that she wasn't playing him and then proves it as we see Luther is done playing the shy guy. He doesn't hesitate as he leans in and lays one on her. Do you think, will this create like a rift between him and Allison? Like, is there going to be a problem between him and Allison? Because she was just married to somebody, so she can't be too mad, can she?
Hell no, and she shouldn't be. Right now, she's just focusing on a kid right now, as she should.
Yeah,
Luther, live your normal life, man. Add
man.
another one to the roster.
So what do we think of 2 episodes in? What do we think of the old Umbrella Academy so far?
I'm loving it. I'm very curious about this whole grandfather paradox. What the hell is up with the parents all dying? Again, why the hell is Ben the outlier in all of this? Dang, why did I have to do Allison like that? Why? Just why? And obviously, Sissy's kid, that's him. That is him.
That'd be a good
Calling
call.
it.
That would be a good call. I like it. Lila can mirror powers, so maybe she followed them. But yeah, she's got to be around them to see them to mirror them. So yeah, I still don't get how she found them. But plot convenience. The time cops have some way of monitoring if the time cops are still alive because they pretty much blasted the whole commission and the whole time bureau and everything.
Yeah, but with the whole time, it's a time freaking
Yeah,
time.
exactly. They could just
They
warp
can like
back.
exactly within a few minutes, they can like really just create an all new, brand new league of people.
Yeah, 2 time cops got away. All they have to do is jump back in time and change shit back. So yeah, I like that. Oh man, that's time travel just messes everything up. And yes, Linda, 100%. The music is still awesome. It hasn't lived up to season 1 and 2 yet, but I love how it ties in. Like if you have it on the words, the captions, and it just says the words fit the meaning of the scene so well. Like exactly what's happening in the scene is what they're singing about. So yeah, whoever did the musical outcast for this is amazing. Absolutely. And that's exactly what they want, Jake, trying to keep us confused because it is very confusing so far. I don't know which way it's going to go, but I am all in for the ride. I am absolutely loving it so far. Just amazing. Amazing. They got you sucked back in hook, line, and sinker?
Of course, man.
It's there, and I'm all in for it. So that's both episodes. I just have like 3 quick little trivia questions for this one, and we're going to wrap it up. So if you know these answers, write it in the chat box. If you're watching later, write it in the comment section down below. You already said it. See if we can remember back. What was Clause's mother's name?
Rachel.
Rachel Hirschberger, absolutely. And at what hotel is our crew staying?
Hotel Obsidian.
Absolutely. Nice and easy. And last but not least, where did Lila say she needed to be when her suitcase went on the fritz?
Berlin.
Ah, too easy, too easy. We knocked it out. Yep, I wrote that one late, actually early this morning, just a couple hours ago. I was tired, so we only got 3 in. But yeah, I am absolutely loving the ride so far. They have me hook, line, and sinker, and I cannot wait to get back in. So you're ready to knock out 2 again next week? Next Monday, Tuesday, probably next Monday. We'll do 3 and 4.
Yeah, I'm about to watch 3 and 4 after this damn stream. Like, I need to know. I need to know certain things, DJ.
Absolutely. I got to know. Oh, man, maybe we'll knock it out and even be able to get it done by Thursday. We'll see. So stay tuned. We'll let you know where we're at. We're going to be back on track. And we also got Westworld coming right around the way. So stay tuned. We're going to keep them coming. And right now, I hope everybody has an absolutely fantastic week and it only gets better. We'll talk to you soon. Be easy, everybody.